I don't know how long this is going to last because she won't have her cable on until tomorrow. But me, myself, I think I'm going to go hang out with my other cousin and cousin Bay tomorrow and go get a facial. How about that? Y'all come on up in here. I know it's taking a few minutes, but I wonder if I see you all coming in. Hey, what's happening? You know, I've been scrolling this Facebook, and I want to say something. And I'm not here to try to put judgment on anyone else, okay? This is my own thoughts and my own views, okay? And I've said what I'm getting ready to say. I have said this to you all before. And why I don't go to church, okay? God is in my heart, all right? I don't need to go to church to find God, all right? I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes who chooses to go to church. And I want to say good evening to everyone. But I'm scrolling through this Facebook, and this pastor, thank you so much. I'm scrolling through this Facebook, and they're talking about that pastor. Thank you, Betsy. I can barely even get my words out. People don't ask me why I don't go to church. But I'm going to say why. I don't trust the people inside the church, okay? Pastors, deacons, and a whole bunch of other ones, okay? Why in the world? I can't even say why. Who calls on kids, little bitty kids, and invite them to a church and calling on boys? And see, people wonder why this world is so effed up now. It's so effed up. There's so many mixed kids that are mixed up in the head because of pastors like him and other pastors. Okay? SAN is very, very serious. It destroys kids, ones that have held on to it for years and years and years, never wanted to talk about it. Back then, I don't ever remember it being in the church, but it was at home, okay? A lot of that starts at home. When I was raising my daughters, they were not allowed to go and spend the night at no one's house at all, at no one's house. They couldn't, I would not let, I have 4 daughters, and I wasn't letting my daughters go spend the night at anyone's house. Too many things happen and go on at other people's homes. Parents are not paying attention to what their kids are really, really doing in life. Young kids, it starts when they're young. Every time I see that story, someone posts something about that guy, that supposed to be pastor, who was supposed to be guiding church members in the right way. How in the world you gonna guide somebody in the right way and your mind is already corrupted? You proclaim yourself to be a pastor, but you're taking advantage of kids. And we look at these kids in this world today, and parents are agreeing with it. Some parents are agreeing with it. Some parents are okay with it. Some parents are hiding. I don't play that. I don't play that, Tamika. I don't play that. I don't play the fact that you got to say now. You got to say little girls and little boys sitting on men's lap. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if it's your daddy. You shouldn't be sitting on your daddy's lap, okay? Because they all get some kind of excitement some kind of way. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it at all. My deceased husband raised his daughter, and at the time I was raising his daughter with him, okay, right along with my daughters. So I go and I pick him up one day, and I picked him up in front of a store. He was at the barbershop getting his head shaved. He had his little daughter with him. And when I pulled up, his daughter is sitting on his homeboy's lap. That was very disturbing to me. Very disturbing. And I told him, I got out of that vehicle and I asked her to come over here by me. And I told him, I said, why is she sitting on his lap? Why is she sitting on his lap? I mean, sitting all the way up there. And I'm going to say this. I went home one day and she was sitting on her dad's lap. I don't care if that was her father. I still didn't want her sitting on his lap. Okay? This is how we don't know what's going on with these men in their mind. I mean, he wasn't bothering his daughter, but the thing of it is just the way I was raised. You don't sit on no man's lap. So that's the same thing, same feeling that I had with my daughters. Same thing that I had in my head with my daughters. Exactly. I had that in my head with my daughters and growing up because that's what we were told when we were growing up, okay? So then, it's the same thing with his daughter. I don't care if she is his daughter. Well, I'm going to still say she was because he's deceased now. But I just, when you see something, you take care of it and say something right then. And I told him, she don't have no, it was a pure bother to me. Not only for him, for anyone, okay? He wasn't touching his daughter. I just didn't like the fact that she was sitting on his lap. Okay? And I just don't think that's cool at all. Let me tell you something. Between a woman and a man, and I'm going to say it just like this to you, Stephen. Y'all got that thing in between there, okay? that thing is right there. A woman don't have that, all right? That's what I am saying, okay? So you have some of these men that let these little girls sit on their lap and they might start rising. Okay? So we all know that a little kid can't feel a woman, but they sure can feel a man. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Your dad couldn't even give you exactly. Couldn't even give you a bath. You know. Come on, let your fingers do the tapping on this one, for real. Let your fingers do the tapping, because, and I'm just saying, Stephen, you asked me a question, and I just said just what I said. It's a different. It's different. Okay. I don't really want to get into it because I don't want to step on anyone's toes, okay? I really don't want to step on anyone's toes. But I don't go to church because of all the corruptness that goes on inside a church, inside that church house. You got to watch everything and everybody. Someone told me about that. Whew, my daughter Candy Apple told me about that today. Yes, it is. It is a difference. Ava said there is a big difference of a kid sitting on a woman's lap versus a man's lap. There is a big difference. And Stephen Holloway said, "I hear you." Yes, I did hear about that. I'm not focused on that right now. I'm focused on what I keep seeing on the internet when it comes to this pastor that has groomed these little boys, and something about their eyebrows and all this kind of stuff. When I first saw the my understanding is that the female, that's her son. Correct me if I'm wrong, you all. And the female and the man are cousins. If someone saw that, can you tell me if I'm correct? So when I saw it and they showed it on social media, while they're in the bed playing with this little boy, and the pastor's playing with this little boy have his drawers on, his underwear on, and in he playing with him so much, his underwear started rising. So I started thinking something right then. Lynn, I understand that. I know that there's women that molest, but I wasn't talking about that. What I was talking about was little girls sitting on men's lap. Okay, that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. I know females molest little girls, but it's more men, essay, that do that to kids than there are women, from what I see, have heard, not see but heard. But you see this, when I saw on social media with this man in that bed playing. And then, so I saw another video where they say he had the little boy go on social media in front of everybody and apologize. I don't know if you all noticed what I noticed. When they were sitting, the three of them sitting and the little boy sitting in the middle, did you all notice that man's hand was behind that little boy the whole time? Why was his hand behind that little boy the whole time? What was he trying to do? What message was he trying? Very disturbing. Yes. So I'm looking at it, You know, there's a lot of that goes on a lot in life. People have to watch their kids. You gotta watch them. Stop letting them go and spend the night at everybody's house. Stop letting them go and spend the night who they call their friend's house. Yeah, that boy was very quiet. Stop letting them go do that. There's too much going on in this world. You got these little young teenagers that, oh my God. I remember one time when my girls was in school and my daughter came home to me. They was playing sports. And she came home to me and told me that one of the little girls that she played sports with told my daughter, let's pretend like we G. You know what I'm talking about. Let's pretend like we like that. So I told my daughter, I said, this is my daughter Christy. I said, Christy, that person that told you, that girl that told you that, she was trying to see how far you was going to go. How you going to pretend like you that way? How you going to pretend like you that? She was trying to bait you. That's what she was trying to do. She was trying to bait my daughter to see how far she was going to go. And if she was agreed to it, then there you got it. You can't pretend like you like that. It's either you like that or you're not. It's either you like that or you're not. I told my daughter, stay away from that little girl. Cause just because they was in middle school, I want to say they was in middle school, that doesn't mean that nothing's ever happened to her, or she don't have feelings for girls. Because where does most of this come from? Yeah, where does most of this come from? Where does it come from? Somebody done messed with somebody in that household. Yeah, something. And I told my daughter, don't go around her. She's trying to bait you. She's trying to bait you. Because you cannot pretend like you that way. Let's pretend that we that way. How you going to go to somebody else? I'm glad my daughter told me that. Then that way I was able to talk to her. Yeah, hey Linda, middle school is full of it. And you got some of these other little parents that's going around letting their little girls put on dresses and all that. What's that basketball player name? What is his name? Y'all tell me his name. I forgot. Gabrielle, her husband. Baby, have you all ever looked at the documentary on him? Have you all ever watched it and went way back from his childhood life? Okay? So a lot of these kids' childhood life was taken away from them at an early age. Yes, Dwayne Wade, yes, him. A lot of it was taken away from them at an early age. I listened to that. Judy Simmons, I don't know why you don't have any sound. Can you all hear me? They gotta be here. They have to hear me in order for them to be responding. Oh boy, not Dennis Rodman, not Dennis Rodman, Rodman, Dwayne. Documentary. I listened to his documentary, and it went way back to his childhood life. If you all listen to that documentary, you'll figure some things out, okay? And this is real talk. This happens This is not something that just started happening. This is something that's been happening. You remember there's a time on TV you couldn't see the same sex together in the bed and all that extra kind of stuff. I'm far from being homophobic. I'm far from that. They're cool people, okay? And I don't have a problem with them at all. None at all. I don't discriminate. But what I will do is keep myself out of that church. I'm going to continue to ask God to guide me, to continue to guide me in the right direction. In the right direction. And continue to pray. Continue. I'm not going to join no church, okay? A person can say anything they want to say. Because the thing about it is, there's a lot of hypocrites inside that church. Inside church homes. And there's a lot of extra activities that be going on. Now that pastor that sat back and his cousin luring kids to go to that church. Both of them need to be under the jail. This is why these kids are having many problems growing up right now. They're confused, don't know if they want to be a male or a female. Some of these mamas are letting these little kids grow up together, and some of these mothers letting these little kids stay the night over other people. They supposed to be homegirls' house. They supposed to be homeboys' house. Y'all don't know what's going on up in them people's homes. You don't know if you setting your own child up by telling them yes. Sometimes you got to stand in your no. My daughters could not go and spend the night at nobody's house. I wasn't leaving them to spend the night at anyone's house. Exactly, having all those affairs up in church, the pastor talking to this. They're riding around in helicopters and living in 2-3-story homes and all that while they collecting you all's money. Wow, really, Quan? I'm glad you didn't experience any of that, Keisha. I am so happy you didn't experience any of that. Every church is not the same. Every church is not the same. But it only takes a few, and for me to see some of the things that I see with these pastors and what be going on in these churches just to keep me away from it. I'm not going to be giving my money to them. And they doing all kind of stuff. I cannot do it. That man and that woman need to be under the jail. I don't blame them, Keisha. But you have, in order for something to take place like that with that pastor, he had to have been disturbed himself as a kid. See, sometimes when you essayed as a kid, Some of them can get over it, and some of them can't. Some of them can get over it, and some can't. Some of them have a hard time coping with life. And some of them, sometimes when things like that happen, they block it out. They block it so that they can't remember it. I believe it. I believe you, Tammy. I believe you. Neither do I, Sandra. Rebecca, I'm not going to speak on him. We're not going to speak on him. I have my own thoughts about that, but I'm not going to speak on that man. And we're not going to bring him up. We're not going to talk about him. Most definitely not going to talk about him. So, with all due respect, Rebecca, I'm gonna delete your comment because I don't want that on there. Who almost hit that? Oh my. I don't belong to a church. It's probably freezing up because my cousin doesn't have her Wi-Fi yet, and her Wi-Fi won't be here until tomorrow. So I just came on here just for a few minutes. Is it still freezing? Is it still freezing? Because we lost a lot of people because of the freezing. So they gonna have to understand that, Avis. You wasn't being mean. You're just being a parent. You're being a parent. See what I'm talking about, Avis? You see what I'm talking about? And got essayed that night. And now she thanks you. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. This stuff happens every day. This stuff happens every day. And you gotta watch your kids, your grandkids, and watch these older people, these men, and these females, because it happens with them too. We're not gonna leave them out. Doris Washington, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't open up any videos. I don't open videos up. I'm just gonna be very, very honest with you. If anyone send me a video, a link, I do not open them up. Okay? And it has nothing to do with you or your name. It has something to do with the scammers that are out here. They do the same thing, send videos. I don't open them up. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not going to open it up. I'm not going to click on it. And I'm just going to be honest. I'm sorry. But I have to be safe. This is what's wrong. A lot of people send people videos. They send them videos and they send them links. And I've talked about this before. Well, yeah, we're probably going in and out. John Harris, so what? So what? Beyonce wig is wigging also, right? Fantasia wear a beautiful wig. Who else? There's so many people that wear wigs. I just saw a lady earlier today. She had hair, a black lady. She had hair all the way down her butt, past her butt. And it was braids. And that was, her braids was braiding. Her braids was braiding. So if you think you coming on here talking about a wig, because this is not a wig, boo. I can't take this off, boo. Boo. You take a wig off, okay? This can't come off. So if you trying to come on here and try to be funny, I don't give a fat rat ass what you got to say. Because there's a whole lot of people in this world, they really wearing wigs and putting them on. And then the thing about it is some people that wear wigs that can't help but to have a wig on because they might be suffering with cancer. Be careful what you saying to people, okay? Choose the words that come out of your mouth. Choose what you typing when you come to someone's page. Okay? Go find somebody else to play with. Because you're on the wrong page. We don't do that over here. And then you say, girl, you wouldn't like it if I called you a little sissy, huh? With your fake page. Ban and block. How about that? Exactly, Viola. There's people that wear wigs and can't help but to have a wig on because they might have been fighting with cancer and all that. And you want to come on here and say, yeah, your wig is wigging. Like you really saying something with your fake page. I don't know why these people think they're going to come on here and say something to me and I don't clap back at them because I'm going to clap back at your ass for real. Clap back so fast and make you want to you make your head turn and spin around. Let them be ridiculous, because I'm come right back and hit them. But this, I done already, Hank Phillips. He probably one of the ones that be over there going to those church, getting them little kids. Baby, this can't come off, boo. A wig you take off your head. This is here until I take it off. Boo. He trying to distract us from talking about the pastors and all that. he trying to distract us. That's not going to distract us. We still going to talk about people like you who do things like that to little kids. Augusta, whoever that person is on that fake page, they loving this hairstyle. They know it look good. They want it. I could put it on their head if they need me to. I can do hair very well. How about that? Exactly, Mary Wallace. Shoot, Beyonce wear a wig every day. You think that's all of Beyonce's hair? Or whatever, or wig, or just a lot of people. Shoot, my cousin had on a wig today. That don't make her any less than the next woman. There's men that walk around putting on women's wigs. How about that one? I know it's cute, Yolanda. See, Beyonce donates her wigs to cancer patients. Y'all better stop playing. Exactly, Keisha. Exactly. Baby, you know what? I'm so happy that God give me the mind frame that I have, the mind frame that I have. Because if I was one of those people that don't have that mind frame that some people don't have, that I do have, I probably would have been put on Facebook a long time ago. Well, but because I carry myself with a little extra, I'm not doing all that, cussing a person out. But I will say something to you in a nice, nasty way, boo. How about that? You want to come and challenge me? Come face to face and challenge me. Tammy says she have one on now. And tell my husband don't touch it. Hey, Elder. Phoebe. And that part. Steve Harvey Steve Harvey wore a man wig for years. He sure did. He sure did. Oh no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it, Doris. I'm sorry. Hey, Lonnie Ingram. Hey, how you doing? I'm too shy to do that. Augusta. Thank you, Augusta. Thank you. Nita Chadwick. Hey, Angie. Angie, I haven't forgot about that clock I'm going to send you. I just haven't sent it yet, but trust and believe, you're going to get it. You are going to get that clock. I need to get all these other orders out the way first. I'm going to show you all my labels, the one that has the facts on it. It's probably tomorrow or something like that. So I am getting some labels made with the facts. With the facts. Okay, Keisha, go finish your drink, girl. Tracy, she said, we love your class and style. Thank you. Joe, don't come on here putting no kissy hearts, kissies on here. No, don't do that. We're gonna be respectful, okay? We're not gonna do blow kisses and all that kind of stuff. Because I don't know, we're gonna be respectful. Hey, beautiful, lovely Mary, you can say all of that, but all that putting kissies on there, don't do that, please, because that's the form of being disrespectful. Thank you, Tammy. Hello, Marie Hendrick. So that was our discussion. That was my discussion. That's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about that pastor because it struck a nerve with me. It struck a pure nerve. And I also want to tell you all about. I want to. Avis, I need to. I'll find it. I'm gonna Google that pastor, and I'm gonna find that pastor because I want to follow that case. I really, really do. Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe. You said you're sorry. Thank you, and I do accept your apology. Okay? As long as you're here to be honest and respectful, you're good. But being disrespectful with all that, I mean, you're not the first person that I've mentioned that to. Okay? I don't care about you putting the hearts, the love hearts there. But when you putting that the kissies on there, we're not gonna do that. The kissy lips. Quan Quan, if you don't go sit down somewhere, Quan Quan, you know my phone number. Quan Quan. Is that his name? Lanika? Lanikia? Is what is it? Where did it go? But this is the thing, Karan. It wasn't just that little boy. It's other little boys he's been grooming. He's not the only one. And even the one that with the braids in his head, him too. The cousin been luring people, the boys. She said to bring the boys over there to wherever they going, wherever to the church or what. How you gonna tell the people to bring their boys over there? Was it a cult? Someone just put the pastor's name on here. Pastor McNutt. Is that his name, Lanikia? He's very disgusting. Quack. You know I will put that eye on you quick. Okay, that's his name, you all. Pastor McNutt. Y'all go and follow it and keep up with the story. And we'll have discussions about that because, and watch your kids, watch your grandkids, watch your nieces, your nephews. Just watch the interacting with someone and how they look at a child and all that extra kind of stuff. Exactly, Stephen Holloway. That's not a good name. That's not a good name, Stephen. Wait a minute. Elder said, McNutt, I'll tell you something right. Show you something right there. You sure right about that, but for real, that's really not funny because that man need to be under the jail. And I know you all are just making jokes of his last name because I guess he figured because that's his last name, or did he give himself that name? Do y'all think he may have given himself that name? Is that his real name? Exactly. McNutt. How ironic. I don't play either. I really don't play Lanikia. I don't play. So I'm a raise up off of him for a moment. Hey Tammy, Kim Long. I don't play when it comes to kids. When it comes to kids, I be watching everything. You gotta watch the hand gestures. You have to watch their eyes. You have to watch. Don't be letting them girls. Don't be letting them boys sit on their lap. Don't let the boys sit on there either. On no man's lap. Shoot. Okay, if he have Lanikia, He only has 20 members in his church, so you know what this man is doing. We all know what he's doing. They have no face. Wow. You know, the Bible says it's a sin to undress someone with your eyes. Some of those people, we just gonna call them rockets or something. I don't want to say that type of name on social media like that. Rockets, okay? Because that's what they are. But they have to be watched. They have to be watched. There's so much going on in this world right now, especially with these babies growing up, these kids, little bitty kids. Things are happening to them at an early age. There are so many kids. And it's really bad, horrible in the school system. In these schools, you literally have to be on your P's and Q's to go to school now and to be try to be a dominant person without anyone trying to turn you into something that you're not or that you had no ill feelings about. The world is so mixed up right now. We gotta watch these kids. I just don't, the parents, they're just not talking to their kids enough. And then there's some things I want to say and some things I just can't say because I don't want to step on anyone's toes because there may be some innocent ones here, okay? And has never did anything like that before or has never or nothing like that may not have happened to them before like that. Maybe something happened to the other person and then like the other little girl, the girl tried to tell my daughter, let's pretend like we go that way. And my daughter, she's never been touched before. But apparently this little girl that approached my daughter with that probably had been touched before. So how do you help your child overcome someone at school that approaches you in that way? We have to talk to them. First of all, that child has to be that's the word I want to use. It's not that they don't trust their parent. They have to have enough confidence within themselves to be able to go and discuss something like that with their parents. So my daughter had a whole lot of confidence in herself because she came home and told me what that female student told her. Let's pretend that we go that way. And then you look at all the mix-up that's on TV now. And these kids are watching it. You know, the TV shows, they show so much on TV now, like it's damn near rated R movie. They're doing everything. All kind of extra scenes and everything, and these kids are watching it. The parents are allowing kids to get on the internet and they're allowed to get on porns and who taught them about going to a porn site? Exactly, Keisha. It starts from home. Yeah. They think it's okay. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Because they have so much going on. Gotta pay attention. I want to say this. You all know, at one point in time, you would not see anything like that on a TV show. You didn't see it on Martin. There may have been some Fruity Tooties on there. But you didn't see it on the Martin show. You didn't see it on Bill Cosby. You didn't see them acting and doing those acting way back then. Mixed relationships back then. You know, discrimination goes a long ways, okay? So look at it. There's something I want to say, but I just don't want, I can't say it. Because one of the TV shows that used to come on, I'm trying to change my words around on how I want to say this without anyone getting my words twisted up in another way. But you all know exactly where I'm coming from when it comes to these TV shows. And when it comes to discrimination. Back then there wasn't any of that on TV back then. So how all of a sudden did it start coming? Did they start putting this on TV? So if you have a person that goes the other way, that wants to start a TV show, but the industry is telling them no, you can't do it because you go that way. And they don't have any of that on TV they didn't have any of that on TV back then, okay? So now you have someone that wants to start their own TV show so that they can get on there and do their own. But I'm trying to beat around the bush without saying really what I want to say, but to make it to where you all can understand what I'm really trying to say, okay? Okay, so if you don't, do you know that that's discrimination? If you don't let me get get my own TV show, I'm going to file a lawsuit against you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to stop me from getting my own TV show because I go that way. So now they don't want a lawsuit. They don't want a lawsuit. So now what happens? There's your first TV show right there. So when one came on, here comes the next one. Here comes the next one. And then you see all these different scenes that they're doing on social on TV and on social media. They're doing all these different scenes that's happening. And now it's gotten out of control. Exactly. So you all know exactly what I'm saying, right? Without saying too much. Right. Making it the norm. So now it's out of control now because they didn't want to be sued for discrimination. So now they got it all. They got everybody with, my God, they're balling out of control with this crap now. So now we got all these kids in this world that's growing up and they're seeing this on TV now. So now how can you stop it? It's bad enough they went through it at home. Exactly, Jacqueline. Jacqueline. Mm-hmm. That's why you see it on there. See it now. That's why you see it now on TV. Because, thank you for understanding what I'm saying. I was just trying to beat around the bush. Because, sometimes you say things. There's a lot of things that I don't like to say on social media. Because anybody can be sued. But what I'm speaking is really true facts. How can we save these kids that's growing up now? Tell me. Exactly, Stephen Holloway. On the stories. And where else? Where else do you all see it? But you didn't see it back then. You didn't see it. There may have been some friendly people back then. There may have been some friendly people back then on the TV. But they did not expose it, okay? They wasn't trying to show it. Maybe it may have happened after the TV show, but it was never where it goes into a movie form or something like that. Okay? I'm just speaking some true facts. Exactly. They wouldn't even show you a woman pregnant. Back in the day, you wouldn't even see, but you wasn't seeing nobody walking around in no drawers. They was all covered up. Now you have men walking around in their drawers all on the TV, they shirt off all on the TV. It's almost like a porn movie. They wasn't doing all that, but it was still good. They may have kissed. They may have kissed, but it wasn't that type of kissing, okay? I'm just, you may have somebody that'll come on and say something, and they're really saying they're just gonna blurt out what they want to say. It's very hard for me to blurt out what I want to say because I have to be careful of what I say and how I say it. Okay. But I can say it in a way and try to figure out a way that I can say it so that you all can understand what I'm saying. I'm just a different type of person. Okay. Phoebe, if you see commercials on there, that's a good thing, Phoebe. Click on it. Click on it. If you see commercials on the live, that's how we get paid, Phoebe. Phoebe, if that's what you're saying. So if you all see commercials on any content creator's live or video, it's because that's how we get paid. We get paid through views. We get paid through commercials. Okay? The more commercials they put in on your live, the more money you make. But they're not really paying out any money right now. So if you see a commercial that comes on, click on it. Click on it. Watch it for 2.5 seconds. Don't just ignore it. Don't feel like it's annoying you, because that's how we get paid. Okay? And that's real talk. Now if you don't see no commercials on a person's live, they not getting paid. Click on them. Click on it, lady. Y'all click on it. If you click on it, trust and believe. You don't have to buy nothing. That is a commercial that comes on that pays that company pays Facebook, and then Facebook pays us. Okay? So don't let that. Okay, yep. So don't let that fool you. But we do with it's the same thing. You said commercial, so I'm thinking that you're looking at a commercial because they do have commercials on our lives. So, but if you saying it's on TV, specify. I always tell you how to specify yourself. Say what you're trying to say. Because we get commercials, so I'm thinking that you're talking about the commercials that come on the live. But anyway, I'm glad you mentioned that because if y'all see them, that's what you do. Watch them. Don't be annoyed by them. Oh, yeah, she just said it. She just said it. She just said it. Juanita. But she didn't say that from the beginning. The commercials on the TV. She just said that late. She just said commercials, no, no, no. Something like that. Like she been getting some commercials on there. Sometimes you have to go you go into the it's more they put them more on the reels, Lamont. More on the reels because if I go to my Marion Coles page, if I go to my other page, I see them all the time. I see them. I see the commercials on there. So you have to go like I don't know why I'm able to see them on my other page. You're getting them on your live. Hey, Lady V Anderson. Yes, I do. I think I see them more on the reels than anything else. They have a different way of paying. So when I say the commercials, the more commercials you see, the commercials more on the reels. That's what I see them on. I'm about to turn in too because you guys know what? I gotta go pay my water bill. Let me see. Kimmy's World. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Okay. Is it on YouTube? She's on Facebook and YouTube. Okay. I'm gonna go check that out. I'm gonna go check it out, Avis. Kimmy's World. No, Lamont. I just see your commercial. I'm gonna say your commercial. No, Lamont. They're on. No, they're a lot on more on reels. So I'm gonna get off of here, you all. Oh no, 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 no. I want to tell you all, even though you all are not don't some of you don't live in Texas and you don't some of you may live on the north side of Houston. That now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That restaurant that I went to last night for me and my cousin, the fish was good. The shrimp was fried good. The chicken tenders and the egg roll, nah. Because it smelled like the dirty rice that they had in there. It was an egg roll with dirty rice and fried shrimp on the inside of the egg roll. The dirty rice smelled like it was spoiled. So I don't know if I'll ever go back there again. I'm going to rate them probably about a 5, maybe a 5. But that one I went to, Cousin Babe and I and my cousin went to today, I'm going to give them a 10. I'm giving them a 10, boo. Baby, them garlic parmesan wings was the best I ever tasted in my whole life. I'm still trying to get the taste of it. Still trying to get the taste of it. Hey, Betty Loud. Hey. Good night, Judy. What else did they have? Their boudin balls. I sat at that table. Your eyes told us everything. What you mean my eyes told you everything? Hey, Joyce. How you doing, Joyce? What you mean, Tanya, that my eyes told you everything? You talking about this? I like to do that. But, Cousin Bay had some fried ribs. Baby, when I tell you them fried ribs taste so good, because he gave me a free one. But then this is what I want to tell you all. If you in Texas, and him and I, we shook on it today. If you're in Texas, the name of the restaurant, let me give y'all the name of that restaurant. Because he told me to tell you all, if you on the north side of Texas, it's the Trenches Committee. Okay? That's the name of the little restaurant. On Thursday nights, they have comedians or something like that. I forgot what he said. And on Fridays, they do things on Thursday, more on Thursday and Friday night. So sometimes if you see a person going to a restaurant, especially a black-owned restaurant, you may not see people there all, a whole bunch of people there in the daytime, because some of these restaurants, they get most of their business in the evening, okay? So just because you might see some empty chairs, don't let that fool you. But this is what he told me to let you all know. If you in Texas and you live in Houston, he told me, if you go over to his restaurant, and we shook on it, he said, if you go to his restaurant, just tell him Mary's Amazing Catering sent you, and he gonna give you a discount. Now, if he don't give you that discount, you let me know. Because him and I shook on it today. I said, you sure you're gonna give him a discount? He said he was gonna give you all a discount. Now, don't y'all all try to go over there once and bum rush this man over there, okay? Because he do have some good food. Okay, so the name of it is the Trenches, hold on. Trenches Committee. So that's the name of it. But he said, if any of you all was listening to the live, or even you go back to the reel, you find out the address is 7874 Little York. 7874 Little York in Houston, Texas. And he said, you tell him you watch me, Mary's Amazing Catering. And he said, he's going to give you all a discount. I said, you better keep your word. Okay? I'm going to find out if he's going to keep his word, because I'm going to go back through there again, and y'all going to tell me if he did or not. But don't try to go over there and bum rush him all at once and make that man have $1,000, $2,000 worth of discounts. All right? Much love to you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm glad we was able to have our great discussion tonight. I'm getting ready to go to Kimmy's World and check her out, and because I really want to keep up with this man. Augusta, are you in Houston, Texas? Where'd Linda Turner go? Hello, Linda Winfrey. Hey, Linda Winfrey. That's your name. I just talked to Linda Winfrey. I just talked to my coworker the other day. Remember I talked to you about my coworker? He's Oprah Winfrey's cousin. And he kept asking me, when I talked to him the other day, he kept asking me, well, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? I said, I can't remember. I said, I know it's Winfrey. And so I couldn't remember your first name. So now I know what it is now. So I'm going to call him tomorrow. Didn't you all just have a reunion not long ago, a family reunion not long ago? So I'm going to let him know tomorrow your first name. Okay, and thank you so much for tuning in, Miss Linda Winfrey. Beverly, you have family that stay close to this area? Tell your family if they go over there, tell them that Marion, Amazing Catering, sent your family over there, okay? You all go check out his wings, go check out he have a pretty good menu over there, all right? And it's black owned, okay? So let's support, okay? So I'm going to say good night to you all. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let nothing bite. Boo. Good night, everyone. Have a good night.